I fell a little off with my blanket in March, but I'm back, so here's another row and review. We are talking about Heartless by Elsie Silver. It is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series. Cade Eaton is a single father seeking a nanny for the summer. Until recently, he's been using the very same woman who babysat Cade and his siblings, but she's a little too old to keep up with his exuberant 5-year-old. With the help of his father and soon-to-be sister-in-law, Cade interviews woman after woman, becoming more and more hopeless that he'll find someone who fits his extremely stringent criteria with each woman who passes through Wishingwell Ranch's gates. Willa Ford is a free-spirited bartender who sweeps into Chestnut Springs to spend some time with her best friend and her best friend's soon-to-be husband. But first, we need to stop for some coffee. Cue the meet cute that will live in my mind for the rest of my days because it literally had me laughing out loud while reading. We're building on to characters we already know and love from Flawless, and I simply could not get enough of the dynamic between Cade and Willa, so I gave characters 10 out of 10. Chestnut Springs is probably my most favorite fictional place at this point in the year. I can so vividly picture the ranch, town, and so for that, atmosphere is also a 10 out of 10. I personally feel like Elsie can do no wrong in her writing, particularly in this one. It's extremely well executed and so funny. I am never, ever going to get tired of reading the text conversations between the characters at the beginning of the chapters. It adds just little bits to the development of each character, and I really adore this aspect of writing, which is a 10 out of 10. I've been singing the praises so far, right? But that is not to say that this book is not without icky things. And the main ick for me in the plot is how often the age gap is mentioned. I literally kept forgetting that Willa's only 25, except for Cade keeps mentioning it and doesn't let me forget it for very long. And so for that, I'm giving plot a 9 out of 10. I could not put the book down, would not stop reading. Obsessed it's an understatement. 10 out of 10 for intrigue for me. Similar to the plot, the issue with the logic is that Willa only freaked out, spoiler, about being pregnant because she didn't want Cade to think she was trapping him. And it wasn't like she was shouting from the rooftops about always wanting to be a mother. And so something about this plot point just didn't sit well with the logical part of my brain. And so I gave it a 9 out of 10. I laughed so much while reading this book. I think a large part of my enjoyment factor for the book is that I love the dynamic between Cade and Willa, and then Willa and Luke so much. The characters simply make this book. I loved it. And I am going to tell you right now, spoiler for my reviews to come, this one's my favorite from the series. So it's a 10 out of 10 for enjoyment. And this book was a 5-star read. And this is how we are looking so far with the blanket. See you next time for another Rowan review.